Attack all over the world. My fear, it may already be too late for free speech in America. Earlier, I sat down with Fox News political analyst Kirsten Powers to talk about, in her words, the silencing taking place in America. Take a look. Kirsten, thanks for being here. I've been reading your book. It's a great book, The Silencing, How the Left is Killing Free Speech. And I'm fascinated by the topic. You are a liberal, and yet you take on the liberals and the left for what seems to be, and what I believe for a time, is a growing intolerance of the left of free speech and free debate in this country.
Yeah, well, in the book, I make a distinction between your sort of average Democrat or principled liberal, and I call the group I'm talking about the illiberal left. And so it is a group of people who I may agree with on policy issues, but I don't agree with the tactics that they use to shut down debate, that they believe that what they believe is the truth, capital T truth, and the debate is over, there's nothing to discuss, and so they're going to delegitimize anybody who disagrees with them.
And what's amazing is that for the longest time, the right was seen as, you know, intolerant.
Exactly.
And yet you yourself, a liberal, I mean, are taking on your own party, the Democratic Party, because of this intolerance. I mean, have you gotten any kind of pushback from that?
Oh, no, it's all been a very high-minded debate, as you can imagine. Like, you know, the people who have been pushing back haven't read the book. It's very clear because what they describe it as being is not what it is. It's not a book about conservatives being silenced. A lot of the people who are silenced are conservatives. A lot of them are Christians, but a lot of them are also liberals or, you know, people who aren't even political, who just happen to say the wrong thing and then suddenly find themselves, they've lost their job for saying the wrong thing, or in the case of Brendan Ike at Mozilla, giving a donation to an anti-same-sex marriage initiative. And I support same-sex marriage, but I think that we should be able to tolerate people having differences of views without calling them homophobes.
But that's not what's going on in America today. In America today, if you say something against someone who is an Islamist terrorist, even the word is almost frowned upon. We've gotten to the point where political correctness is taking away our ability to say what we think.
Yeah, and I think it's more than political correctness. And one of the examples that happened recently was Christina Hoff Sommers, who's an AEI scholar who went to Oberlin College and Georgetown, and equity feminism is what she believes in, which is different than gender feminism, which is liberal feminism. Doesn't sound that scary, does it? And yet she had to have security. This is somebody who's been on campuses for 20 years. She says she had not had to have security before. She arrived to signs that said safe space if you can't handle what Christina Hoff Sommers is saying, trigger warnings as though people are being psychologically damaged. Okay, that sounds crazy, right? What is so problematic about this is that intolerance would just be, I'm not going to go listen to it. But what people are doing, what the liberal left is doing, is taking an extra step, and they're saying we don't want anybody.
No one should listen to it.
Nobody should hear it.
But what's with this free speech zones where if you know, this is a fundamental tenet of the Constitution. Yes. Say what you want, and yet you document very well, I might say, footnotes and everything in your book, you know, that if you want to say it, you can only say it over here. Are we getting to the point where the First Amendment, when purchasing military equipment? So, in 2009, when Hillary Clinton, about to become Secretary of State, agrees to disclose cash contributions from foreign governments to the Clinton Foundation, taking place in America. Take a look. Algeria is one of the countries, by the way, that Hillary forgot to put on her Clinton Foundation disclosure. So was our national security for sale? You be the judge. And that's my view. And free